Hello, everyone. We are live. I'm coming to you straight from Johannesburg. And with me on the line, I've got Carla Pretorius and Walter Scharf, both from Pretoria. And we are all here in South Africa. I'm very excited to have a chat with you today about your strengths and how you are living it out in lockdown currently in South Africa. Carla, welcome. Let's start with you.
Thank you, Magriet. Yeah, it's a nice opportunity to think differently about this time in life, knowing that you are part of a period that's making history. I think not everybody can say something like that. So for me, it's an amazing opportunity.
Fantastic. Now, Carla, Walter is a client of you, and you're also, as we saw in the banner, you're also a Gallup Certified Coach, and you've got a lot of clients who you work with, and I'm pretty sure that at this point in time, the work has not stopped. Instead, it has increased. More and more people are wanting to talk to you about their strengths and get coaching and how to navigate these uncharted waters during this COVID-19 lockdown. And you've invited Walter to join us. Walter is one of your clients. Is that correct?
Yes, definitely. Magriet, just last week I got 2 new clients asking me to coach them. I think people who's ready to invest in themselves will take this time and this opportunity. And Walter is one of those clients you just want to introduce to people out there because he has such an amazing story to tell and how he really uses and lives his talent. So Walter, thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you very much for arranging this.
Carla, now, if we look at your top 5 strengths, we can see that you've got context, arranger, responsibility, learner, and achiever. And give us a sense, how are you using your top 5 strengths in this time, or how does it show up?
Yes, I think you already heard me saying that we are part of making history. For me, that context talent is making a moment of almost every single day during this lockdown period. So I'm a journaler. I love journaling, and I've been journaling every single day. And what my learners started doing is sharing with other people, even with parents, saying, keep a diary with your children, so using the learner to teach people certain things. My responsibility kicked in to say, okay, I have knowledge and I have skills that I can share with people out there freely during this time. So I started making some videos as well. And my arranger rearranged my diary. So it's a virtual diary now where I can still operate with most of my clients. Suddenly converting everything into a virtual space and having that flexibility that the arranger brings. And every day when I know that I've rearranged something or I shared something with someone, my achiever feels I've achieved. So I'm really using all my talents all together, and knowing my talents makes it so much easier during this period. And being okay if something doesn't turn out the way I wanted it to turn out. I know, okay, I just need to rearrange that again.
Fantastic. That sounds very interesting. Now, Carla, each of your top 5 strengths has a need or have a need. And in some circumstances, we get the opportunity to meet the need of those strengths. And then we feel energized and we feel very motivated. We feel like we can take on the world. Sometimes, and especially in this time, it is more difficult to meet those needs. So talk to us a little bit about your strengths. Which needs do you get to meet? And which are more difficult to live out at this moment?
If I only focus on my top 5 for now, I think my learner in a way, because I really like to share with groups of people new topics and things like that. So the group setup currently is not there. So that learner does feel I cannot share with so many people. And my arranger talent likes the dynamics, how to deal with certain dynamics between groups and teams, which I'm currently not getting at all. A few of my team dynamics sessions was postponed. Fortunately postponed, not cancelled. So there I feel that need of, working with a group of people, dealing with difficult conversations, bringing the team better together. It's a bit drained. So my achiever in that sense doesn't get energy. I must say at the beginning of this lockdown period, my arranger, my adaptability doesn't come that natural. So my arranger was a bit, okay, how am I going to do this? So I had to sit the day and just plan it all out. I think mainly that, and then the responsibility. I want to help everybody now during this time. I want to take responsibility and make sure I share as much information with everybody, and I cannot get to every single person. And my includer is also very high in my top 10. So I feel I want to include everybody, but I can't. So yeah, that's how I think I'm not getting the joy out of those talents necessarily.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, Carlo, and I can just hear how your responsibility and arranger and your learner also work together to actually deliver what you can to your clients at this moment. That's great. So, how do you how do you use them to to benefit your clients? And Walter on the line here is one of your clients, so so he can give us some feedback, as to how he's experiencing it from a client point of view. But what do you think is the benefit that your 5 strengths are bringing to your clients at this moment?
I'm sharing ideas. So I just ask questions from a context perspective to say, so capture this moment where you are at. Do a little video of the things that you're busy with. So I had a lady on Saturday that she wasn't in a good space, and she said, well, she now has the opportunity to actually do this one thing that's outstanding. And I said to her, okay, so I want to make a suggestion to you. Capture the progress of you doing this thing, and then share that with people, because you will then motivate them to start doing things. And she said, I never thought about it. Thank you for the idea. So my learner is sharing ideas. The context is making them realize, but this is a moment in time that you can capture. And and then again, my responsibility is taking the responsibility to make sure they have something they can focus on so that they are okay.
Walter, now before we jump into the value that Carla is bringing to you as a business owner, business consultant, and entrepreneur, why don't you introduce yourself and just tell us a bit more about what you are doing and how you are experiencing this COVID-19 lockdown at the moment?
So, Magriet, thank you very much for the opportunity. As you know, I'm Walter Scharf. I'm an entrepreneur, a business consultant. I've been involved in the engineering industry, consulting engineering industry for most of my professional life. And I've realized quite recently that look, the world is changing very fast, and you need to understand who you are and what your talents are, and use that to make your decisions based on that. So I've decided about, what was it, 6, 7, 8 months ago to do my Gallup Strengths, and I can tell you now it's been one of the best decisions I've ever made, and I'd recommend anyone to go ahead and do that and get to know yourself a little bit better and understand how your Gallup Strengths can help you in this time. So that's basically it.
Fantastic. Now, Walter, how did the coaching that you received from Carla, specifically around your top 5 strengths, how did it help you to prepare for this time that we are entering now?
That's a very good question. So I think for me personally, from where I come from is this: you tend to act a certain way or do ways a certain way, but you don't always understand why you're doing things the way you're doing it. And what was nice for me was to do the test and get the coaching from Carla to really understand or put a name to the way I think and the way I act. And what was wonderful for me was to realize, look, if I do certain things or think in a certain way or act in a certain way, or I can actually put a name to it and say, oh, so that's ideation, or that's my activator going on, or my responsibility going crazy. So it was nice for me to understand where I can operate the best and where I should operate and where I should focus my energy on. Instead of focusing my energy on things that's difficult to change or really draining me, I've found that just by focusing on my strengths, I was able to do a lot more and get a lot more out of my day. So I think that's a very positive thing, and it's really changed the way I look at the way I do things, and also how I approach business, how I approach other people, and also to understand what everyone actually brings to the table as well, and honoring everyone based on their strengths.
So, Walter, you mentioned ideation, activator, and so on. How is your strengths helping you now at the moment where you are now?
Yes, so I'm actually quite happy that my core strengths isn't too much on the executing side. I think if I was an executor, it would have been a nightmare to go through this situation, because you've got nothing to do except cleaning your house. Interestingly enough, my my cousin is very, very strong in that executing theme, and I tell you, every now and then I phone her and tell her just how's it going, what's going on, and it's crazy what's going on in that house. So for me personally, being an ideator and having context, this is just wonderful. And I mean, I can sit around and I've got ideas, and I'm writing it down and getting it sort of on a piece of paper. And then what I like about the situation is the context for me personally is just really something that excites me. So I love history, big with the context theme, and I look back and say, well, yes, like it, who went through this, how did they get through this, what do they do, what should I do? And so I'm just learning from history. And for me personally, it's just a personal story. Is that my great grandmother and grandfather went through the Spanish flu of 1918. So and then we had these family stories of how they survived and what they did. And so for me, it's just like, oh, well, we're here now and we're doing exactly the same. So I know that it's very fearful for a lot of people, but we're going through the same thing that people went through 100 years ago. And the way we are doing things now are exactly the same way they did it. We stayed at home, don't go out, and you only go out to get the groceries. So it's very exciting for me, and it's probably something that I'll write down for my kids and my grandkids so they can just chill a bit. So in terms of the relator, I find myself every now and then just going to people via WhatsApp or phoning in saying, "Hey, how are you doing? Are you guys fine? What's going on? Are you surviving? Go and read this. Go and look at that." So I'm really sort of honoring that relator talent as well by just looking in and checking if everyone is okay. And Yeah, in terms of responsibility, that's a bit of a difficult one because we need to get work done. Even in this climate, it is actually quite difficult to get things done as quickly and effectively and efficiently as possible. But we're doing our best, given the situation. The activator, it's a little bit more difficult than usual to get things going. But I tell you, with that ideator and activator, I'm doing things that I never thought I'd do. I've started doing webinars and teaching online, and doing this. So it really does help a lot to at least do stuff and get stuff going and getting it done as quickly as possible. So it excites me.
Yeah, that's excellent. Walter, I was smiling. Your context probably makes you feel that that we will get through this as well. You know,
Absolutely.
the guys in the Spanish flu time, you know, I think 1918, they got through it. We will get, you know, through it
Yeah,
as well. But
we'll
yeah,
get through it.
activator, because the activator needs less discussion, more action, and opportunities to turn ideas into action. You probably have a lot of ideas, and you know how to action that. I think that might be a need that you're struggling to fulfill at the moment. What do you think?
Well, not really. I'm actually quite excited with some of the ideas that I'm busy with, and it comes down to, okay, so I can't go out and do stuff the way I used to do it. So what can I do online? So I've got a list of, I kid you not, maybe 10, 15 ideas of things that I can get online, going, running, making an income. So I think what I'm understanding now is that look. I was fast forwarded into adapting quite quickly in this environment, and I think ultimately, if we've got the ideas and you've got the tools and technology, you can get stuff going, and that's what we're doing.
That's very true. That's very true. Now, Walter, how are you? Do you think you're using your strengths with your clients at the moment? How does it help you?
So I think the big thing for me is the relator, and also a little bit of the ideation. So I think a lot of my clients are sort of stuck now, and the best that I can do is to engage with clients and just ask them how they're doing. So I'm doing that quite a lot. Just asking, how are you guys doing? Are you guys fine? Are you guys surviving? And then maybe giving a few ideas if it's warranted, or if they ask for it. And I give that freely, and sometimes it helps. Sometimes they don't see it or don't want to have those type of ideas at this point in time. But that being said, a lot of the requests that I did get from my clients was asking, well, how do we get through this? And I've found a very interesting thing is that guys that's very strategic strong in the strategic themes, it's as if they're just going through this very, very calmly. But I do realize there's a lot of people that's sort of in the executing themes. They struggle to find a way out of this. And I'm sort of providing business coaching on how to strategize. So I've realized that a lot of these clients don't have the tools or the know-how, and I'm giving them the tools and the know-how, and I'm also giving them some courses through webinars to understand how to work through this methodologically, so that they can get out of this this time with maybe a plan to be innovative and to make a living after this.
Walter, that's great insight, especially your strategic, you know, your comment about strategic thinking and executing. I so resonate with that. So, Carla, I can see how you're smiling. You know, it's probably so fulfilling to hear that one of your clients are using their strength so effectively.
No, definitely. I mean, Walter myself has been on this journey for a few months, and knowing where he was and where he's now, and talking about his talent so comfortably and making different connections with his talents and other people's talents. And I think that's the power of strengths. Like Walter said, it gives you a language, and it's very easy then to refer to that language and understand your clients better. So you can actually provide a better service to your clients, knowing that it sounds like this person might have strategic, or it sounds like this person might have this talent. So me as Walter or Carla or Magriet, this is how I can maybe support this person during this time in the best way possible.
Walter, if you could give one message to people out there on why it's important to know and understand your strengths at this time, what would it be?
So I firmly believe that for you to know where you should be in life and know where you should focus your energy, you should know what your talents are. Really, or at least put a name to your talents, to know what is happening in your mind and know what's happening with you emotionally and how to deal with it. And knowing your talents and knowing where you are and knowing why you do the things you do and how you think, you'll be able to navigate much better and also make better decisions in uncertainty.
Yeah, I think it's very insightful what you said about making decisions. To make decisions in line with who you are and the value that you can bring at this moment.
Absolutely.
Not only to the people around you, where you are, who you are locked down with, but also your clients and who you're speaking with outside. Carla, from your side?
Okay, so for me, I think use this opportunity to invest in yourself while you have some extra time. There's so many certified Gallup coaches that can assist you. Get in contact with Magriet, and I think it's an amazing opportunity to know yourself even better. And there's a saying that the more self-aware you are, the less you are impacted by situations and by what other people say. So use that opportunity to invest in yourself.
That's great advice. Thank you very much, Carla. Thank you, Walter. Is there anything else that you would like to add?
No, I'm good, thanks. I just thank you for the opportunity, and I hope this makes an impact. I hope this helps people, and I hope it helps to get people thinking about doing their talents.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, and may you stay safe during COVID-19 lockdown.